Hey, what is up, people? Okay, listen up. This is going to be a quick, straight to the point video. However, we would not be here, this kid would not be here if it wasn't for one very important thing that catalyzed all the change in our life.
Oh, yeah.
And what is that change, Jess? What happened 4.5 years ago?
We went to an event.
Yeah, and we met there. It was a local event, but it was an event. The purpose was to connect people who are into self-development. That's where we met. Then we realized, wow, these events could be even better. And so we started our own local event. But then we met a bunch of other people around the world who have the same purpose as us. And then we said, we got to do a big event. And that was last year, San Diego, and it was a hit. Now, why do we do these events and why should you get to Miami this year? Because we're doing Enter the 1% in Miami, Florida, end of May. Why, Jess? I want you to talk a little bit about being a mom there and the purpose piece, and then I want to talk about the business and the money piece.
I mean, you have to create the environment your kids are in. And what are you currently doing for that? How are you inspiring them? How are you showing them,
There you go.
Expansive perspective and what's possible? Are they surrounded by people who are wanting to change the world, have big goals, who push themselves to get to events like this? Those are the kinds of people you want your kids around and the environment you want them to be in. Plus, it's an amazing environment. Being at the Ritz-Carlton in Miami, it's stunning. So you're going to push yourself outside of your comfort zone, and your kids are going to see that, and that's what they're going to be learning from you. And plus, relationships as a mom is so important. You're going to meet other moms there who are like-minded in seeing the value of the same thing I was just talking about, right? Like, they see it's important to get outside of your comfort zone and to expand yourself and meet new people and go to fancy environments to inspire your kids. So
yeah, and then either way, you're teaching your kids, right? So if you're the kind of person who's like, I'm on the fence, I don't know, it's too much coordinating has to happen to get there. It's like, guess what you're going to teach your kids? That. However, if you say, you know what? I want to be around the best people. I want to level up. I want to push myself. I want to experience nice things and show my kids abundance, or even just for yourself, right? That, like, now you're surrounded by well over, 150, 160 people there who are all at the same level, okay?
But then you have single people there too. So if you don't have a family yet, if you're not in a relationship yet, people who are going to this event are looking for people like you to start relationships with.
Yes, exactly. And so in the relationship front, there's that part. In terms of lifelong friendships, our best friends are in this community. And we're people where we see each other consistently over time. And, we do the online stuff, but we know nothing compares to being together in person because it creates something. So physically, when you're together with people, I'm not going to go into all the details here, but it's you have mirror neurons in your brain, right? And our bodies, we're designed to be social creatures. So when you're together in person, it creates this field and it allows you to shift. So if you ever have patterns in your life or you're in a season of life where it's like tough or it's difficult, you're like going through the mud, what's happening there is you're in your patterns so much and you haven't shifted. You need to get out of your patterns, okay? Yes. And when you're in a new environment with new people who push you and you stay up, to late at night and you're having fun, you're laughing, you're unplugged from the stresses of life. It's like you take your iPhone and you've been at low power mode and now you're at 100 and you stay at 100 for a long time. That's really behind this, okay? And in terms of money making and everything, I have stories and stories of people who they're stuck at a current level of income. They go to the event, stuff shifts around their life, then they come back and then they make way more sales. Their business goes to the next level because at an event too, a decision is made. But you don't know what that's going to be yet because you go to an event having one idea of what you think it is. Yeah. But the one other thing I want to share is how expansive it is. For example, a couple years back at another major event with many people in this group, it was actually after the main event. We were hanging out eating lunch. It was like the day right after. It was really, the whole event was amazing. But I had one conversation with one woman in the group and she goes, for example, we had just moved into this home. And I was like, oh, wow, we like crushing it. I hit my goal, everything. She goes, yeah, but this is the phase you're at, right? You're thinking bigger, right? I was like, yeah. It was one little comment from her, and it was so helpful for me because in that moment I was like, whoa, I had settled. while I had settled, and I can see how I can go so much further. That alone was worth the ticket, the travel, everything was from that little comment, but I wouldn't have seen that coming. There's so much more we can go into, but that's a little taste of the power of events and why we're so passionate about doing this. The world needs it. You need it. We need it. It's part of being a human is you need to be around people. You need to change your environment, and you got to go on vacation because you need to get that recharge and that rest. Your body's not going to work just to work. It needs a reward. It needs the rest, even if you don't feel like you deserve it and all this bullshit from your mind.
So take a trip with purpose, with other people who are like-minded, to create an environment for you to have real breakthroughs, not just bullshit escape from life.
Yeah. And you'll be around the coolest people, with the coolest kids, with the coolest purpose and legacy, and you can align your business and your money with that. It is the most awesome thing. And so get your ticket while we still have them, and we'll see you in Miami.
See you in Miami.